Welcome to everyone who is on here with your sister, your girl, Cynthia J, your birthing doula, your psalmist, your inspirational healer, your herbalist, and so much more. I missed you guys all week. How was everyone week this week? Happy Black Love Week. For those who don't know about Happy Black Love, that's on February 13th. And again, happy Valentine's for those who celebrate Valentine's, which was on Wednesday. I know some of you had a lovely time. And for those who don't have a loved one or a companion to share it with, again, I still salute you. You could be your Valentine to encourage yourself. Just know that there is someone out there for you. As long as you are molding yourself what you're destined for, and that person is molding themselves for you, they are there. So again, I know you guys had an amazing week. I hope everybody had a safe. I had an amazing time. I definitely am grateful I am here. But before I go into topic of podcast today, I'm going to give a shout out to my line sister, my sorority sister, Christine. Happy birthday. Her birthday is the 15th of February. And guess what? My birthday is tomorrow. So I can't believe it. It's tomorrow. Yes, I'm a February girl, an Aquarius, and I love being who I am. I am grateful. Again, I pray and uplift myself to the ancestors that I'll be here, still in the lab and the living, God willing, tomorrow. So for just to give a little update, what's been going on for some of you guys who know about the news, some who don't, some who are aware about certain newses, some who don't. Well, let's definitely, give a prayer out to a man for those who do know who had passed away this last week. This father who is actually a CEO of a bank. He is also the one who started this bank, and this is Mr. Herbert Wegwe. He's a Nigerian CEO. Him and his family visit over here in the United States, and he and his wife and his son and some other colleagues died in a helicopter crash for what it was stating. So that's some sad news. To hear where it was at is very sad. It makes me think of, Kobe Bryant and his family a little bit. Kind of strange, don't you think? But anyway, he is the CEO of Access Bank in Nigeria. The helicopter crash, for what the U.S. article says. Just going to give you a little bit before I actually go into the topic of today, but just some few updates to kind of shorten it a little bit today because we're not going to be on here too long tonight. But anyway, he is the CEO of Access Bank, which I'm aware of. I have some brothers and sisters spiritually who are from over there. And so, anyway, which is one of the largest banks in Nigeria. It is also mentioned that 6 people were killed in this helicopter in California last Friday. His son, again, I mentioned his wife, a former president of the stock exchange, were killed in a crash. And this not only overwhelmed, the whole panel that he has there, but it also overwhelmed his father. His father is still alive. And that's sad that you have to have your child gone before you. And so anyone who's out there who lost children before them, I salute you. I definitely put myself on behalf of my mother. Again, for those who know, I lost my brother last year in November. But let's, send up some ancestral prayers to the family of the CEO and those in Nigeria because he was 57 years old, and that's kind of sad. So again, this was mentioned along the way, and they were over here visiting the United States, trying to make some moves. Again, let's lift that family up in prayer. So I lift up the Wegwe family, or hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Wegwe or Wegwe family. And so again, that is the CEO of Access Bank in Nigeria. Him, again, his wife and his son and other colleagues died in a crash. And so, yeah, this is very sad. Very sad. On here, it was stated that he was on his way to Las Vegas to attend the Super Bowl. So, can you imagine coming over into another country trying to, build together, have some connections, which they were trying to do. Because for some people that don't know, Nigeria, people know about Nigeria, and some people got some good taste in their mouth for Nigeria, and some people don't because of a lot of scams and frauds. But Access Bank actually created a lot of things to have a way for some people to actually build bank accounts there, big like here, like Bank of America and Wells Fargo and all these other things. So it's not like they have a lot there, but that's one of their biggest banks there. So anyway, let's keep them in prayer. Besides that, I know everybody enjoyed their Super Bowl weekend. Even though my team didn't play, so I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm a Cowboy slash cowgirl fan, so y'all can clown on me all you want, but that's okay. But I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I know everybody had their own intake on the whole halftime performance. We ain't even gonna go into that. But bless you guys. That's a whole another topic. Everybody been talking about that. We gonna leave that over there. People been talking about that. People been talking about Shannon Sharp going in on Mike Epps. It's been a lot of things happening. So for all you guys that know all of this stuff that's going on, just be careful. Let's just all just make sure we don't kind of entertain it too much, but let's focus really on what needs to be done. But anyway, we are on episode 7, season 2. And to me, this was another topic that had to be recapped because it's a lot of this going on. And sometimes we tend to forget when it comes to our health. So, are we eating to heal or are we eating to kill? I know you're going to be like, okay, here we go with another topic that's talking about our eating, trying to tell us, are we killing ourselves, how we're properly eating, etc., etc. That is something you have to ask yourself daily. That is something that I ask myself daily. We live busy lives. For those who are here in America, the lives we live are busy, very, very busy. And as I was listening to one of the brothers' YouTube shorts, and I gotta give kudos to him how he put this YouTube short together on talking about the type of foods and the fast food restaurants and things that are killing us. And also, are we really eating to heal? Are we really eating to live long? I mean, what's the difference from now and what it was when we were growing up? What's the difference what it was before our parents and before slavery? So before though any of those times, it's a big difference. So now where we are at today, are we eating to heal? Are you eating to heal at home? That you know the best of your abilities? Because what we may be taught thinking that is healing can actually be damaging us. It also can be a way of it still can slow down the process a little bit. Yet again, it's slowly killing us every day, every day. And this is a conversation I have with one of my clients all the time. And as I'm watching my clients, I'm realizing that a lot of my clients are on so much medication that it's not even funny. And as for some of you guys who know Brother Yaki Awakening, who I'm definitely admire of brother, I salute him, who is also an advocate just like me from the late Dr. Sabi. It's true, and they say you are what you eat. And if you're eating only by what you know, you become it. I definitely can say growing up, I thought the food pyramid was the best thing in the world. I thought the food pyramid, if I did exactly what that food pyramid was, that was going to do me some justice. Well, think again. That food pyramid does not fit for everyone, does not fit for every ethnic group, does not fit majority really in any way, shape, or form. Think about it. Before majority of us was born, our ancestors knew how to properly eat. They knew how to properly heal. They knew, for those who actually ancestor did, who knew how to not just eat, but also knew how to live off the land in other ways, which caused us to live longer, which also caused us to get out here and age slowly. Because think about that. If you age slowly, you live longer. I mean, like, seriously, aging slowly is a beautiful thing. I had one of my clients, one of her ladies come in one day to help out. And the young lady said, "You are so beautiful." She kept saying it. And I said, "Thank you." And I said, "You're beautiful too." I've always, admire for us to always compliment each other, to, my sisters, to young ladies, to brothers, always compliment each other. It's a good encouragement. And so when she said that, she said, "What is it that you use? What is it that you do?" And I told her, well, I said, for me, I can't speak for everybody. And some of you know I've talked about this on the podcast before. Before I transition into what I'm doing now, from a younger age, I didn't eat as much growing up still then. My own downfall back then at a younger age was eating bread. And so who remember eating them good old rolls, yeast rolls and good cornbread and sweet bread and whatever else you want to call it? 'Cause that's an addiction, especially when you put some butter on it. I would eat that, and I ate a lot of vegetables because my grandparents, as I mentioned in past podcasts, grew gardens. Both sides of my family had a garden. And I watched my grandparents and I helped them in the garden. And I'm glad that I had that opportunity to learn that and grow from that. That's a part of agriculture and learning. And so with that being said, I said I also was active. We did a lot of walking. There was times being kids, you used to run through the woods and you might see blueberries and blackberries, and you did see some raspberries, which was shocking. Very rare, but you see more blueberries and blackberries. Unless you're in other countries, you might see a different other kind of fruit. However, as I got older, the food intake started to increase. Now that I am at the age that I am now, and I look back at my pictures, I look more younger now than I did in my mids. And so, as I'm telling this young lady, I told her, I said, I eat one meal a day. Sometimes I may not eat. Sometimes I go on a spiritual fast, and I still be careful what it is that I'm intaking. At first, it was hard. When I first went into changing my eating to heal, it had to take me to a place first to get to the eating to heal, because I didn't realize as I was getting old, especially coming out of college, that I was actually eating to kill. Even when I lost weight, I still didn't realize that I was not eating fully and properly. I was still eating things based off of the pyramid. Yet again, as I'm eating these things off the pyramid, I would still get sick sometimes. I believe I probably would get sick like every year back then. Every year I would get sick once a year. Before that, it was probably like twice a year. It was always probably something, during flu season, you know, digestion issue, whatever it was, I knew I got sick. Yet as I got older, it had to take a life and death experience for me to wake up and realize that, okay, something got to give. When you get to that point where you're on your deathbed and then you're in the hospital and then the doctors are pumping all these meds in you, and then you're trying to keep yourself and your spirit going, and then you also trying to eat right what they giving you in the hospital, because half the time the food, which is crazy to me, you notice when you're in the hospital that if people ain't supposed to have certain foods right, sometimes they will put them on a particular food restriction. And other times they just say, "Oh, it's just a little bit. We'll go ahead and let them go." But it's still not good. And to be honest with you, hospital food is not that great anyway. Even, I mean, you better at home cooking your own food with no season on it and get a better result. But again, once I got out, I realized, okay, I don't want to be like this no more. What is going on with my body? I'm just going through stiffness, arthritis, swelling in the knee. Some people, especially men, it's very rare that I meet women, but I meet more men who has gout. And gout is one of the biggest issues in men. Like seriously, how many of you can raise your hands right now and say how many people you know in your family, or if you want, that has gout? Gout. Gut, gout. So with that being said, gout, when it inflames, you're in pain. And when I used to go get my nails done, it was the one of the guys who used to be my nail technician before the pandemic hit, and before we started having all these issues with people saying going to the nail shop to certain people, especially for Black Americans. My nail technician, used to be in pain. And it was a guy. He was in pain. But he would do my nails really good. But sometimes I would see how the way he would interact with his wife. And I'm like, this why is this guy being so mean to his wife? Not knowing that he was going through some kind of pain until one day he came back after I didn't see him and his wife did my nails. And then he said, I had gout. My feet, everything was hurting. He couldn't, that's how he thought he couldn't eat anything. He only have a certain particular fish. That's it. He was in that much pain. Sometimes gout for other people, especially men, it can bloat your stomach up, inflammation, bloat it up very badly. And when you get there, the doctors, they're thinking it's fluid, but it's really not sometimes. They be trying to draw fluid out of the men or the women, whoever have it, and there's nothing coming out. I've had past family members had to transfer others to another hospital to find out that they didn't have what they thought was, and it was only gout. So needless to say, are we eating to live and are we eating to kill? We have to talk about that all the time because if not, we're going to continue doing the same thing and changes will not be made. How do you expect your children to learn better? Now, in some cases, for people who are unable to at a particular time now in the day and age that we're living in, it is kind of hard to eat healthy. It costs to eat healthy. But what is healthy? Again, society has made healthy seem like it's the food pyramid. Society has made healthy seem like, okay, we can be vegan, Mediterranean, semi, whatever you want to call it. So many names abroad. But it takes more than that. It really does. And you have to fit it for your body. Now, for me, again, as I was transitioning, I know for me, because I didn't like the feeling of what I experienced and the effects that it had on my body, that I just went cold turkey. Some people can just go cold turkey and go through what they go through. It's just like almost like a person who smokes cigarettes and that person decides to say, you know what, I don't want to smoke that cigarette no more. One can go cold turkey and quit. The other one gonna take time, might take months, might take a year, who knows? However, not everyone is able to do that. So needless to say, again, are you eating healthy? Are you eating healthy? Is the question. I started off when I went cold turkey, eliminating everything. When I mean everything, I'm talking about starches, the man-made starches. I went cold turkey on meat. That meant seafood, red meat. I used to eat pork, but I had stopped eating pork a long time ago before then. Before I graduated from college, I stopped eating all that other stuff. And then dairy. I had been stopped drinking milk when I got to college because I noticed when I got to college, the milk didn't taste the same. Mind you, I grew up half my life city and half my life country. So growing up in the country, that milk in that country, that milk in the country, fresh, fresh. I'm talking about fresh, especially when you go to the ones that had them farmers markets, fresh. You didn't have that store brought pasteurized, fresh. Now, I don't know what that is. I couldn't tell you. So, needless to say, again, I cut that out of my diet. I had cut, you know, dairy like cheese and other types of dairies out. It was hard. Another thing was going to be hard was cutting out my bread. I love my bread, but for women, over time when your body change, bread just like cheese cause constipation. I meet a lot of women who have constipation issues, yet they don't want to stop eating it. And then you wonder why you have some part of hormonal issues. Again, some of you guys gonna say, "Oh, she don't know what she's talking about. She just up here rambling on her platform on TikTok, Instagram, and Weststream, and all these other link trees and whatever else in YouTube. She's just rambling on." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. From personal experience, this is what occurs from personal experience. So if you're a woman who eats a lot of, like block cheese and other things that would call your digestive system, like Bread again. I love my yeast rolls and my cornbread. Constipation gonna hit, and you thinking that you're eliminating a lot. No, there are some of us who believe, and I remember the doctor used to tell me this because I was one of them. Will go and say, I'm only having a bowel movement probably 2 to 3 times a week. Oh, that's fine. That's okay. Long as you're going. No. Every time you eat, your body is supposed to eliminate for a certain period of time. As I went to study on and end up becoming a herbalist, and trust me, it's a lot to learn. It's not overnight. I saw how important what was supposed to be for the body and what is not, and the damages and the cause that it causes. There are people out here with Crohn's disease, especially for those who believe that only Caucasians get it. It's been some evidence that Black people get it, other ethnic groups get it. It happens because a lot of the ingredients that are in this stuff are not natural anymore. Number one. Number two, a lot of the grains are not the original grains that we think we're supposed to eat. That's number two. Number three, again, your body takes time to digest things than what it used to. Again, remember, the older you get, the longer it takes to digest. So as I was studying, just like, something that not just the late Dr. Sabi said, however, Brother Yaki was saying, and this is true, that for Black people, our digestive system is totally different from a Caucasian or Asian. And so when Dr. Sabi used to have this video talking about what does a polar bear eat? What does the lion eat? What does the gorilla eat? It's true. So for those who be up here on other social media platforms only watching short videos for a minute and don't actually go and study, it's true. It is so true. Don't just take these TikTok videos shorts just for one moment and then fly past it and think and believe that you have grasped the knowledge that you needed. No, I had to go and study and test and be out in the presence of the woods and learn these certain greens and herbs and things like that. It took a lot of time. But like he said, it's true. Do a gorilla eat meat? No. I will tell you, just like any other brother and sister who is now a herbalist naturally, we know there are certain vegetables that carry this stuff, and it has to come from the earth. So that means, like, okay, growing up, I don't know if some of you guys heard of this watercress, or let me pronounce it better. Watercress is a green. Growing up, I used to see the elders go out, those who were familiar with it, and go in the woods and look for it and pluck it off the ground. They would mix the watercress with the dandelion leaves. So that spring mix salad that you buying out of the store in that big rectangle container, for those who are here in America, that has dandelion in it, which has a lot of iron. As I was eating these, I'm gonna tell you, and doing yoga and healing sessions, I built more muscle that way than pumping powders and eating all this protein from the meats and all of that. No, I didn't need mess with that like that. Now, do I get my moments if I cheat a little bit here and there? Okay, I will, but I won't cheat on pork. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't mess with that, and I don't know how long. Been what you heard me say in podcast 15, 16 years now. Beef, same thing. Well, now I notice when I go into places, I smell it. It stinks to me. Don't smell right. It doesn't smell right. Once in a blue moon, might nip on a piece of chicken or something. But when I say once in a blue moon, I'm not talking about 2, 3 times out of a month. Some people will not eat it for 4 to 5 months. I'm talking to like that. But even then, that and seafood, you better run. And it's true. And they say like seafood is a bottom feeder. Seafood, just like the other meats, they do carry parasites. So it's very important that you allow your digestive system based off of your making, not just your blood type alone, but your body structure. wing into it easily. There are some people who tend to have a habit who don't know where to go. I don't recommend everybody do what I did at first. I just stopped because for me, I didn't like the way I was feeling. I just wanted everything to flush out my body. So what I started doing, I started drinking spring water. I started doing teas, bitter teas. I did like dandelion, hibiscus, sour sap leaf. When I finally came across that, because as the medicine they had me, I stopped taking them Percocets when I got out the hospital. Them things make you crazy. That's why I was like, how do people get hooked on drugs? Run. And other teas like a little bit of peppermint, chamomile, just a tad. I don't like mess with too much, but rose hip, things like that. A lot of people started getting hip to elderberry. Yes, elderberry is good, but remember, all these herbs are great. Just remember that over time, you don't want to overkill with your body with these things because you don't want your body to get immune while you're still doing things that are not, proper to your body. It's almost like people who are allergic to everything and can't even take Benadryl anymore, and that's because they didn't clean their body and their system out. So, also while on the process of cleansing my body, I had got a body cleanser. For those who are unaware of certain body cleansers, definitely you can type in the comments, give great body cleansers for those that you actually know work for you and work for someone else that's close to you. It could be a family member, it can be a co-worker, a girlfriend, a homeboy, whoever it may be that has done these body cleansers. And don't just stop there. Don't think that after you do this body cleanser, you're completely healed. It takes years of healing. It doesn't happen overnight. You might lose weight, drop the weight, etc., but it takes years of healing, guys. It takes years of healing. And I see people quickly just do stuff and think it's supposed to happen just like that. So when you do these body cleansers, don't just do a 7-day or a 14-day. Go find you a 30-day one. They have liquid ones too as well that flushes out the colon very quickly. But even when you take that, like for me, I've done a liquid one first, and then I will go straight into a 30-day one right after doing it. I didn't do both of them at the same time. Now, when I first started the body cleanser, right after the liquid body cleanser, I did the pills one. And then right after that, I went and got a parasite cleanser, a metal cleanser, which is very important for those who don't realize that a lot of our food, water, depending on where you live, has a lot of metal and a lot of items of different type of perishables and non-perishable. And that blocks a lot in you too. And not just that, in some vaccines they had metal in them as well. Little do we know. And so with that being said, just make sure that you're taking your time to list these things. So again, remember I mentioned you can start eliminating if you desire to do a body cleanse so that you can start properly eating correctly for you. I definitely recommend each week to eliminate a particular meat because again, you're eating meat every day. I don't recommend me personally you eating meat every day. I really don't. Again, that stuff make you age. It makes you age. So with that being said, you want to put more live food in you. I'm talking about from the earth. I'm not talking about an animal that ate grass or anything like that. I'm talking about from the earth, from your backyard. And it's going to be hard for those who live in the cities and things like that. You have to deal with the resources that you have. That I do understand. However, make sure you get out here and you do what's necessary for to heal yourself. If you're married, heal you and your family. Children at first are going to be the hardest. Start off small. Like now, my daughter doesn't eat a lot. Mm-mm. There was a time her body was craving sugars. And for my sisters out there who are craving sugars, there are certain herbs and certain body cleansers for candidates. It's very important because the body needs candida or candidates or however most call it and pronounce it to be. Remember, you got your good bacteria, you got your bad bacteria. You got your good yeast, you got your bad yeast because of too much overgrowth. So, with that being said, there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. Everything has to have a balance. Just like water. Too much water, not good. Not enough water, not good. There has to be a balance in what you intake. I repeat that again. There has to be a balance in what you intake, guys. Seriously. Life has a balance in everything. If we go on overload, it throws everything off. With you physically, mentally, and spiritually. It throws you all off. And you don't need that and you don't want that. So, with that being said, let's make sure that we're doing what we are supposed to do so that we can heal. Last but not least, try to do this every 6 months with some of the body cleansers. Again, try to do the body cleanser every 6 months. Don't get overboard for the holidays. That's another downfall with us. We tend to want to eat and indulge during the holiday and say, oh, I'll get back on my diet later. I don't even like to really use the word diet. I really don't. I like to use the word eating to heal. But it's a habit. We got to get rid of that word diet for real. You do not want to indulge over certain foods. Like this past Christmas, I cooked certain stuff, but I didn't cook any meat. I said, if I'm going to let them cheat, I let them cheat on some rice and beans or something. Or a sweet potato pie. But all that macaroni and cheese and pasta salad and all of the starches and meats and starches and meats. And I'm like, where's the salad? And everybody want to sit up there and have a glass of wine or a shot of liquor. And then you wonder why everybody all woozy the next day and can't move or can't do this and can't do that. Because you have overloaded your body with tremendous toxins all within the few hours you enjoyed your eating with your family, you're partying with your family, and all of those things. So when the holidays come, and like y'all already know, for some of y'all who celebrate the holidays like Easter, they be at church eating all that good food every revival, and or Mother's Day, Father's Day, then you got the cookouts. Just like when we just had the NFL, the Super Bowl this Sunday, I saw so many videos of what people had. It was cheese, nachos, another type of cheese, but a different type of nachos, party wings, every different flavor of party wings they were, to pigs in the blankets. We already know what that is for some who don't know, little hot dogs wrapped in some, roll bread or whatever you want to call it. I mean, many things, sodas, tea, lemonade, etc. You putting all of that in you. And I meet a lot of people who eat breakfast in the morning. Some of y'all eating sausages, biscuits, scrambled eggs, and all that good stuff. I was guilty of that at one time back in the day. If I look at a picture of myself back then and I look at myself now, I don't look like the same person. And I showed that to one of my ladies one day, and she was like, oh my God, that is not you. I said, yes, ma'am, that was me back then. She said, no, it wasn't. I said, yes, ma'am, it is. I said, yes, ma'am, it is. That is me. She couldn't believe it. So with that being said, you definitely want to make sure that you take care of yourself. It's nothing wrong, and I get it. We want to enjoy. Okay. Like for me, if I'm going to go to these places, hang out with some friends and stuff, like the other day, I don't eat. I won't cook that stuff in my house. Like today, I really didn't even, heck, I didn't even eat anything really. I really did. I nibbled on a pear, and that's about it. I need to eat something, and then I had my beet juice. Some people like, beets. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like beet juice. Let me repeat that again. I know a lot of my brothers and sisters out there don't like beet juice. However, they also got beet powder. There's a way how they flavor it. So I buy the beet powder, still have the beet juice, and then I take my herbs to make a tea / bitter. And then after I do all of that, I go on ahead and then I get blueberries. I juice that. mix them all together, and mix the beet powder in. And that's what we drink. And my husband, he loves it. The other day he said, no more of the what did he call it? The high, he said the high juice or whatever, something he said silly. And I could be wrong on how I'm saying it, but it was funny. And I said, I got to get time to make some more. I got to order some more of the herbs, a couple of herbs that I'm missing, like this right now. And I love this cup. For those who see it, y'all can see that. This cup was given to me, and it says strong. I love it. From a dear sister of mine who gave it to me. Love this. And the tea that I'm drinking is dandelion, and I mix clove. And I also have sea moss in it. So I, in the morning time, also chew on clove. I also is one of my herbs that I mix in the cloves, which is a spice. Mix it in my tea bitter. So with that being said, it's good to have that. It's good to want to heal yourself. And again, I guess so many people are trying to figure out how should they start. It starts with you coming to a place when you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to do something new. I'm ready to not go back to what I'm so used to and accustomed doing. I'm ready. I don't want to keep going to the doctors taking blood pressure pills and cholesterol pills and diabetes pills and allergy pills and all other kind of things that I hear us use. And then some people say, well, I got to because you don't understand my life is stressful. Let me share something with you. I go through stress just like everybody else do. It's when you desire to make time, because you can work yourself until you work yourself to death, guys. You can work yourself until you work yourself to death. And death doesn't mean actually dying right now. Death meaning you are deteriorating your body. It's just like a snake shedding its skin. But this right here, you're shedding all the good purities that you had in you, and now you're molding yourself into a death mode. Think about that. So what are you to do about that? I know what I had to do. If I look back again at my pictures, I'll be like, I'm so glad who I am today. I'm so glad. Because I will be looking at a person who will not make it at the age that I am today. So as you're in this process and you're transitioning, for those who say, well, I want to get off my blood pressure medicine, all these things, start with your food first. Each week, eliminate a meat. Make sure as you're eliminating these things that you're still putting in valuable things that carry the same nutrition. Okay? I sound like I'm hearing something here. Sorry, that's why y'all keep seeing me peep in and peep out. However, make sure you are replacing the minerals that you need. Don't just take away, because once you take away, you don't replace another mineral there. Then that's when you start having other issues, because now you're lacking a mineral. You're lacking an important substance. So when you eliminate what you know you're going to eliminate, make sure you're consuming a good substance. Okay? I know as I had eliminated when cold turkey, I started eating a lot of veggies, some steamed, some cooked, and then I was gradually going to the raw, and I was eliminating gradually. But then, like, I wouldn't eat breakfast. I would do me a juice. Then around noon, I would go ahead and do me like fruit. A lot of these things that I was consuming, I turned to consume them from the farmer's market because you notice the grocery stores, and depending on where they're getting them from, all of them are not coming from an actual farmer's market. Majority of them now are coming from these big corporate type of farms. And a lot of the foods and vegetables that they are doing now, if you think about it, they're growing them in house instead of outside. And then if they are growing them outside, you don't know what they're doing to that soil. It's another valuable thing. A lot of the soil that is circulating where these fruits and vegetables are coming from is not what you think. It's not like how it used to be back in the day from horse manure and all that stuff. No, it's not. Some of that stuff is coming from places that you don't want me to mention. And it's biodegradable. Some of them are coming from human beings. Some of them are coming from animals. And they ain't one alive, honey. And other things. When I found that out, I said to myself, oh no, cannot have that. And also for my sisters who decided to transition for the betterment of themselves, make sure you check your iron levels. That was the only mistake that I made as I was transitioning. My iron changed. My iron changed. So with that being said, again, are you eating to heal or are you eating to kill? Are you eating to heal yourself and your family or are you eating to kill? So with that being said, I won't hold you long on here. I thank you guys for tuning in to the Cynthia J podcast, where on here we give it to you for real. We give it to you genuinely from a genuine heart. We give it to you to inspire, to encourage, to hold you accountable, to hold me accountable, to hold everybody, all of us accountable together. That's how you grow. That's how you mature. That's how you elevate to the next level. So as I send my heart and my love to you, continue to hit that like button, share. Again, I'm your co-host, your birthing and postpartum doula, your inspirational healer, your herbalist healer, your energy healer, and so much more. For those who see the sign behind me, it says Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula, that is our logo. If y'all notice the colors, I love it. I love the colors because the colors are the rainbow, which represents all the chakras. For those who know about that, and some who don't believe in that, that's okay. That's on you. It also represents the healing process to the next level. It represents harmony and so much more. It represents humanity. It represents the universe. It represents all forms of life. You hear that? All forms of life. So, with that being said, follow your sister every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. You can and also at 1 a.m. GMT plus one time for those who are overseas and other places. Please go ahead and hit that like button and share with some family members. Don't sleep on your sister. This ain't about just getting followers or views. This is about to encourage and let you know that there are still some chosen ones, some star seeds, some galactic sisters and brothers out there who are still out here showing it for you, showing that they got this. You get me? Live an example. Live an example. So follow your sister every Thursday, unless anything changed. But again, wish your sister a happy birthday because tomorrow will be my birthday. Yes. Tomorrow will be my birthday, and I'm so excited because I'm still here. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. So for those who are celebrating the month of February, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the Aquariuses and those outside of that in the month of February. Yes, February. Snap your fingers for my men, clap your hands. I know that you are blessed. I know that you are favored. And I know that you are chosen. For those who don't know, your sister have a new release coming out on 4/4/2024. 4/4 at 2024, Eastern Standard Time. The title of that new release is I Put My Trust in You. Please make sure y'all check that out on April 4th, 2024. I am humbly excited where the divine is taking me. What else could I ask for? I haven't given up. I have been doing this podcast, which made it a year in December. I started the year before, and I'm going on my second year. So may grace continue to be with me as it is with you. So you make sure you keep your eye out on that release. If you go click in my bio, you will see my YouTube. You will also see my other platforms. I am on Instagram, on Facebook, and Twitter. I'm also on Telegraph, and you can find all my music on every music platform. That's serious. I'm serious. On every music platform. So I still have already singles out there. For those who don't know, go ahead and type in Stretch Your Faith by Cynthia J, Unshakable Faith by Cynthia J, I Praise You by Cynthia J, and My Story is for Your Glory, and this one, and much more. So if you're going through something, you go into my YouTube video and let them songs not only minister to you, but let and allow them to heal you as it's still healing me. Because I was listening to them again today as I was going driving on to my destination. It was doing some healing. So I share with you. Go ahead, do that. Allow it to heal you as it's still healing me. Because I'm still going through my healing process. But as I'm going through my healing process, I am elevating to higher heights. I love you guys. Also, if you're looking for some healing items, you hit your sister up. You can DM me or send me an email. My email should be attached to my bio in my link tree. So make sure y'all check in on to that as well. And also for those who don't know, again, your sister has been uh, um, an honorary of Umbrella for the African Black History Month with one of the home churches that I end up finding out is a family home church. As an honorary, I'm very privileged and proud, and I'm excited. So that is next week, February 24th at 3 p.m. For those who are in that area in Heathville, Virginia, yes, we in the big VA and the DMV. For those who don't know about that, DMV, where you at? Where you at? The tickets are $30, and if you're coming with more than 6 people, to get a whole round table is 200. So with that being said, definitely check it out. I'm gonna try to go ahead and make sure I put that up here another time. But I really enjoy you guys. I thank you guys so much for following me. For those who are faithful and following me, I thank you for your support. And when I mean follow, I'm not talking about like follow like you can't make a decision for yourself. I'm talking about following as in supporting, to encourage, to uplift, to know that it's not just helping you, it's helping yourself and it's helping others. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Make sure that you continue to protect yourself, protect you and your family members. Keep yourself covered. Be watchful because, again, we are living in dangerous times than ever before. I know some people are like, we always been living in dangerous times. And give your sister some hearts on TikTok. Give your sister some hearts on Instagram and Restream and all these other medias. I'm not expecting a lot, but my goal is to receive hearts. Hearts represent love, elevation, purity, and so much more. So again, follow me. You can follow me right here for those who are on TikTok and so forth. That's the real Cynthia J on Instagram, CynthiaJ.gospel. On YouTube, Cynthia J22. On Facebook, Cynthia J. Again, you can find my music on all social media platforms. So don't be a stranger, okay? Don't be a stranger, guys. Don't be a stranger because I need you. You need me. Anybody say they don't need somebody is telling a lie. We all need each other. You just got to know who are the right people that need to be in your vibration. So please make sure you meditate. I know and I encourage that everything that was spoken tonight will be a uplifting for you, will also help you. So again, if you would like some more information, you can also email me at cynthiaj.gospel@gmail. If you would like some more information or consultation on how to go about your healing journey with your body, eating, and so forth. Again, I'll repeat that again. You can contact me at cynthiaj.gospel@gmail, or you can follow me on any of the social media platforms. I try not to do DMs because there's too many hackers and scammers. There's a lot of that going on, guys. So be careful out here. So many people stuff are getting hacked, especially by these AI. I really truly believe the AI thing is doing the hacking. That's why I try not to get into all those like AI imagery and all that stuff, because so many people's pages been getting hacked is ridiculous. Be careful even with the scams on your cell phones, accepting voicemails. Uh AI operators sound like people, or people pretending that they are your relative and using their voice and pretending they somebody else. All kinds of things. It's just crazy stuff going on here for real, for real. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'm about to log on out. So make sure that you follow your sister on all these social media platforms. And again, I salute you for Black History Month. Learn something new every day. Don't get comfortable with the same information. Yes, it's good our children learn about Harriet Tubman and all of them, but they need to learn outside of just them. They should have already been learning about Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them. Now they need to know about Booker T. Washington and all of them. Don't let them just learn about the current Black folks that's just out here making history now alone. They need to know all of them. So anyway, love you guys. Peace and love, and be blessed, because we about to be out while we are on this commercial break here. Yes.